We've all been stuck on certain topics in school, given up on ambitious conquests to learn a new language, and experienced failed attempts at athletic advances in our respective sports before. But you may be surprised to know that your learning is not just compromised by difficulties you face in your curriculum, work environment, athletic community, or home life, but by the way of traditional virtue, where common feelings of helplessness are learned.
We take you to the Hotel Martinet in Brooklyn, where Bobby Millett and his orchestra are offering a program of dance music.
In May of 1967, a famous psychological study was published that was later adapted into the common theory of learned helplessness. In this somewhat cruel study, scientists used dogs to examine their reactivity to shocks. In some cases, dogs were permitted to escape the shocks by pressing on a panel. However, in other cases, dogs were forced to endure the shocks. It was soon discovered after experimenting with both groups a second time and allowing both to escape, those in the initial group were able to terminate the shocks quickly and efficiently by shifting the board. However, the second group, even after training with the escape panel, failed 9 out of 10 times to escape the shocks even when an opportunity was given to them, revealing that dogs determined their actions were independent of whether the shocks could continue or not, developing the theory of learned helplessness. After the experiments, scientists inferred that similar things can happen in humans, when we learn to embrace what we seemingly can't change. This inference is not lost on most people. We experience helplessness in many situations. In school, at work, and in attempting to succeed in personal achievement or legacy. Nonetheless, however much helplessness seems invariable in those kinds of situations, this important study depicts to psychologists and to many people that helplessness, in part, is learned. The commonality of learned helplessness contributes to frequent statements and actions such as asking help after being given an assignment without reading simple directions and even disregarding comprehension time for slower learners in school, deeming students to assume a fixed helplessness within themselves. These scenarios are commonplace in institutions where autonomy may not be valued or cannot be considered when making learning and comprehension goals. But it can be important to know that breaking free of what barriers some deem as static is crucial to one's education. Learning to solve problems and challenge oneself allows for students to apprehend some of the most important social skills that are required for every type of challenging career in life. And understanding that institutions at times facilitate an environment of helplessness rather than cultivating independence in its members can be enough to encourage striving independence in oneself.